The sharp edges of the gift box, a deep crimson against the stark white duvet, seemed almost taunting. It had taken me 3 days to choose it. 3 days of battling the storm raging inside me. 3 days since I found the lipstick-stained napkin tucked into the pocket of her jacket. A napkin from a restaurant I had never taken her to. 3 days since my world tilted off its axis. From the shadows of the hallway, I watched, my heart sinking like a stone in my chest, as Amelia entered the bedroom. Her laughter, once the sweetest melody, now scraped against my nerves like nails on a chalkboard. She noticed the box immediately. A moment ago, she had been carefree, smiling as she spoke on the phone. But as her gaze landed on the package, her expression shifted, her brows knitted together in a mix of curiosity and unease. My grip tightened around the doorknob. This was it, the moment of truth. The moment our carefully constructed life would shatter. With hesitant movements, she reached for the box. The rustle of tissue paper filled the silence as she lifted the lid. And then she saw it. A framed photograph. Not of us. Of her. Laughing. Her fingers intertwined with another man's at a candlelit table. The same restaurant from the napkin. The same man I had seen slipping out of our building late one night. His face, once a passing blur, was now seared into my memory. The color drained from her face, leaving her ghostly pale. Her smile vanished, replaced by sheer, unfiltered terror. Her hands trembled as she let the lid fall back onto the box with a dull thud. She stood frozen, eyes wide with dawning realization, one that cut me deeper than any blade ever could. I stepped into the room. Happy anniversary, Amelia. My voice was devoid of warmth. Stripped of emotion, I had already bled dry. She spun to face me, her wide, pleading eyes flickering between me and the damning evidence before her. Daniel, I can explain. Explain? My tone remained eerily calm. Explain how many times you've lied to me? How long this has been happening? How you could look me in the eye every single day, knowing you were betraying everything we built together. Her lips quivered, and tears welled in her eyes, blurring the image of the woman I once thought I knew. It just happened, she whispered. It didn't mean anything. A hollow, bitter laugh escaped me. Didn't mean anything? My voice turned sharp, cutting through the air like a knife. You think sneaking around behind my back, lying to my face, doesn't mean anything? I pointed to the box. That picture, Amelia? It's just the beginning. There are more. Many more. And they aren't just pictures. I let the weight of my words settle, watching as realization gripped her like a vice. I have everything. Dates. Times. Places. Enough to make sure you walk away from this with nothing. Tears streamed freely down her face now, but I felt no sympathy, only a cold, unwavering resolve. Who is he? I demanded. Her voice was barely a whisper. His name is Caden. He works with me. Caden. I would find him, and he would not walk away unscathed. 2 days later, I stepped into the sleek, glass-walled office building where Amelia and Caden worked. I had played this moment over in my mind countless times, the words simmering just beneath the surface, ready to be unleashed. It didn't take long to find him, leaning against the water cooler, laughing with a colleague. The same easy, confident laugh I had heard echo through my home. In my hallways, in my bedroom, in my life. I walked toward him, each step deliberate. The laughter died on his lips the moment he saw me. Color drained from his face, mirroring Amelia's reaction to the gift. You're Caden, right? My voice was calm. Too calm. He swallowed hard, his eyes darting around for an escape. Yes. Who are you? I'm Daniel. I let the name settle between us like a loaded gun. Amelia's husband. The colleague beside him shifted uncomfortably before making a hasty exit. Caden was alone now. Cornered. Look, I don't know what Amelia has told you, he stammered. I cut him off. She doesn't need to tell me anything. I know everything. Reaching into my briefcase, I pulled out a thick stack of papers and held them up. I have proof. Enough to destroy both of you. I watched as his confidence crumbled, his arrogance replaced by sheer panic. "Please," he choked out. "Don't do this. I have a family." "So did I, Caden." My voice was quieter now, more lethal. Or rather, I used to. I let the words sink in. Let him feel the weight of what he had taken from me. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't lash out. I didn't need to. The cold menace in my tone, the unrelenting steel in my eyes, it was enough. The whispers started. The sideways glances. The hushed conversations in the break room. Within a week, he was fired. His wife, now aware of his infidelity, filed for divorce. His reputation lay in ruins. His colleagues turned their backs on him. His friends abandoned him. His family wanted nothing to do with him. Amelia fared no better. She lost her job, her reputation, her friends. She begged me, pleaded, for another chance. But the damage was irreversible. The trust, the foundation of everything we had built together, had crumbled beyond repair. I left her with nothing but the clothes on her back and the bitter taste of her own betrayal. This was never about revenge. It was about reclaiming my life, taking back the power she had stolen from me. The process was excruciating. Sleepless nights, days that blurred into an empty void. But I survived. Brick by painful brick, I rebuilt myself. The scars remained, a permanent reminder of what had been done to me. But they also stood as proof of my resilience. I never saw Amelia or Caden again. I didn't need to, because, in the end, I had given them a gift. One far more potent than any crimson-wrapped box. I had given them the truth. And the truth, as they say, will set you free. It had freed me,